SABAK BERNAM, 100 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur, is known for its fishing villages and rice fields. It's in rural areas like these that the ruling alliance Barisan National has traditionally dominated. But discontent is stirring.
Fishermen here are working longer hours just to be able to survive. The higher cost of living has really affected us. Things weren't so bad 5 or 10 years ago.
He says the subsidies they receive are no longer sufficient and blames the goods and services tax imposed 3 years ago for the increase in overall costs. But there are others who say they are grateful to Barisan National, the only party that has ruled Malaysia since independence in 1957. It's in places like these, far from the cities, that the election will be fought and won. Rural areas have long been given disproportionate electoral advantage. Here in SABAK BERNAM, the smallest voting area in the state of Selangor, a vote is worth 4.3 votes compared to the largest constituency. The unequal number of voters for parliamentary seats was made worse after Parliament hurriedly pushed through a motion to redraw electoral boundaries in March, despite protests from the opposition and civil rights groups.
Theoretically, the minimums of vote share the government needs to win to carry 112 or the simple majority of seats in the parliament is only 16.5%, because the smallest 112 constituency contained only 33% of electorate.
The Election Commission has also been accused of favouring the ruling party in other ways. It introduced new guidelines regulating images of party officials on banners, but has been accused of applying them inconsistently. Its officers have cut out pictures of Mahathir Mohamad, the former Prime Minister, leading the opposition bid, from some posters. The Commission's decision to call for elections on a Wednesday is also being seen as a ploy to lower voter turnout.
The claims of unfairness has always been the agenda of the opposition, and it is really for sympathy votes, to prove that they are oppressed, that the people should vote for them, and perhaps act as a reason when they fail.
BERSE, a group calling for electoral reform, says irregularities in the electoral roll persist, including voters registered without their consent and others transferred to a different voting area without their knowledge. Many analysts say the results of the upcoming election will be close, but predict a win for the ruling party. Florence, Looi, Al Jazeera, SABAK BERNAM, Selangor State, Malaysia.